this introduction. The dunya, it is deceiving. And the dunya has a lot of trickery. And the dunya, like they entitled this talk, is a distraction. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He describes the dunya in the Quran al-Kareem, and He mentions it like that. Because He is the khaliq of it. Huwa khaliquha. It belongs to Him. If you own something, you are the one that's in most right to tell us about it. And we have to believe you because it is yours. So this belongs to Allah because He created it subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the next life belongs to Allah because He created that subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you and I belong to Allah because He created us subhanahu jalla jalaluhu. So you need to comply and you need to conform. You need to accept and you need to adhere. What do you need to adhere to and accept to? The fact that the dunya is not your resting place. The statement of Uthman ibn Affan radiyallahu anhu is what the lecture is about tonight. إِنَّمَا أَعْطَاكُمُ اللَّهُ الدُّنْيَا لِتَطْلُبُوا بِهَا الْآخِرَةِ. Allah gave you the dunya so that you may seek the akhirah with it. وَلَمْ يُعْطِيكُمُوهَا لِتَرْكَنُوا إِلَيْهَا. But He didn't give it to you so that you may use it as a resting place. And we had this reminder recently somewhere else in another masjid, and it became beneficial for a lot of people, and it was shared. The beneficial reminder that we gave in the Kilburn Masjid, where we spoke of the person who is traveling to Birmingham. I'm sure some of you heard that reminder. That's a journey. That's a trip you took. You are not heading to this destination to remain there forever. Because even your origin and where you set off for, you do not remain there forever. You leave from London and you go to your destination and you go back home. Right? So how do you act in this time? You stop by the petrol station and you take your provisions and you fill up the tank, and that's it, you move on. But you do not leave the house with a suitcase. Nor do you sell your house and say, I'm leaving. But you went on a journey. So this dunya is a journey, it is a safar. And in the Quran al-Kareem, Allah describes it like that. إِلَى اللَّهِ تُرْجَعُونَ إِلَى اللَّهِ مَرْجِعُكُمْ ثُمَّ إِلَيْهِ تُرْجَعُونَ. To Allah is your return. To Allah you shall be returned. To Allah you will all be gathered. So a place of return is a place you came from. So you will say now, ذهبت إلى Birmingham ورجعت إلى London. I visited Birmingham and I returned to London. Why are you saying return? Because London is where you reside. If you reside in Birmingham, you change your language and you say ذهبت إلى London ورجعت إلى Birmingham. I went to London and I returned to Birmingham. لأن Birmingham is your ma'wa. Ma'wa means abode. فأنت تقول, you say, ذهبت إلى المسجد, I went to the masjid لأصلي صلاة العشاء, so that I may pray صلاة العشاء. ثم أرجع إلى البيت, and then I'm going to go home. ذهبت إلى العمل, I went to work. And it's not the Arabic lesson. ورجعت إلى البيت, and I returned home. Why do you say return home all of the time in your sentences, in your language? I went to the masjid, I returned home. I went to work, I returned home. I went to the store, I returned home. Because the home in the dunya is your place of ma'wa. It is the place where you are firm, where you reside. واضح? If that is clear now, we understand that the dunya wasn't a place for us to remain in or to take as an abode, because Allah uses the akhirah in the same style. He says, the akhirah is where you're going back to. That's why we say all the time, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. To Allah we belong and to Him shall we return.